What up, YouTube? What's going on? Welcome back to The Closet. Welcome to the Christopher Moon channel. Hope you're all having a lovely day. And today, I'd like to bring you a message on perspective. And I want you to know that your perspective is not your own. You don't believe me? Let me explain. So, if our perspectives were like solely us, they'd probably be nothing. We would just be like, wow, just observing everything. Because we are all products of our environment. We are all molded out of the stuff that's been put in front of us. Same thing with like how we grew up. You eat your fruits and vegetables, you eat your meat and your dairy and your breads and whatever, and you grow up into a person. All these little things helped fuel you and grow you into you. And the perspective's the same way. The perspective is, it's kind of like the way you view the world. Right? You put on your rose-colored glasses, and you view everything, and that's how you see it. You never take them off. They're always on. And once you see something that you don't like, you freak out and you attack it. Or you defend it. Whatever it is, you got them glasses on, and you got to do what you got to do to protect that idea. I say that's bullshit. Unless it's something that you really studied and you're all about, you know everything about it, you're educated on it, and you're there to make a difference. Positive difference. If anything is a negative, it's just crazy, It's just crazy. You're not trying to help. Trying to hinder. And this isn't a hindering group. We don't do that in the closet. We don't hinder other people. Let them live their life. We live ours. Anyway, and with this perspective, something else that we got to do is to ensure that it is ours. And it's not just stuff that's been put in. Because check this out. Every time you pick up the phone and you're flipping and you're looking at something, somebody's opinion's there. Somebody's picture, something. Something is there. And it seeps into our brain, and we're like, yeah, I like this music. I like that. Or I don't like that. Or, ooh, I want that dress, or that shirt, or I want this, I want that. You see stuff, and then you think you want it, But once you're looking at it, what else is happening? Now, this is the scientific part. Every time you click on a news article and it's something that enrages you, that was by design, because every time that you get mad and you have an emotional response to something you see, good, bad, indifferent, whatever it is, a little dopamine gets to trickling in your head wherever it does that. So you're like, oh, this is a good thing. It's a good thing to be all pissed off every time I see a news report on this politics. This is a good thing. We know it's not a good thing, but that dopamine tells your body. That's an addiction, guys. That's an addiction that just, we get addicted to everything. We get addicted to the internet, too. There's something else to look out for, right? Your friends, your parents, everybody adds a little something into the pot to help form your unique perspective. And then the area you grew up, it helps form your unique perspective. That's right. What we got to do with that, just knowing that there's scientists out there that study what the best sound is, on one of those games, that once they complete a level or drop a line or something, all these different blinking lights and sounds, they resonate in there too. They drop a little dopamine. Every time you hear that level cleared, you're like, oh, yeah, that was good. I got to beat another one. And then next thing you know, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning and you went to bed at 9 and you just wanted to do a game or two. Like, we get addicted to the dumbest stuff, and this stuff is all mental. It's all mental nourishment or mental unnourishment, whatever the opposite of that is. But that's really what causes our perspective. I mean, and if you look at it, and if you look at the news you consume, you look at everything you consume, you look at every conversation you have, what your parents tell you, everything, and you really think about, like, is that what I believe? Do I need to do more whatever research on the subject? Maybe you do. But you need to make sure that your perspective is what you believe, not just stuff that you're getting bullied into, or you're like worried that like people will reject you. Oh, he's weird because, you know, he didn't want to. What was that? That Seinfeld back in the day. Remember that Seinfeld where he didn't want to wear the ribbon? They're all doing a walk for something, and he's like, "Hey, you're not wearing the ribbon," and he's like, "Yeah, I don't want to wear the ribbon." No, I support it, but I just don't want to wear the ribbon. And they're all on this big, you know, walk or something, and ended up like, oh, he won't wear the ribbon? And they call, you know, some dude, some little gangster dude. They're like, hey, this guy don't want to wear the ribbon. And he's like, who doesn't want to wear it? You know, it's pretty funny. It was a funny show. I enjoyed it. But that's kind of how I see society is becoming, and how it's molding everybody to be the same individual, to be this consumer that just like sees the next thing and does, you know, exactly what is asked of them. Here's this thing, buy it, and then you buy it. Do you want it? Maybe, but you bought it. Man, I don't know. The news, politics, you need to run to the aid of whatever you need to defend if you are wearing that jersey, or you need to run to the other side and attack whatever if you're wearing that other jersey. Like, it's all so silly to me, you know? So just be able to discern what is nourishing your mind and what is not. Because some of the stuff that we put in our bodies is not good. And that's same with mental stuff too. You know, McDonald's. That's all I'm going to say. McDonald's. We all have a choice. But, you know, with that, what I write here. Excuse me, it's getting a cramp in my legs sitting down here. But what I did write there was kitty sticking her hand under the door. It's pretty cute. But what I did write down there was that we need to be able to steer these waters, to discern, you know, if it's your perspective or if you are unwillingly being like, you know, beckoned into thinking into this hive group mentality. Make sure you're thinking for you. Make sure you're thinking for good. You know, if you're ever thinking about something good, how to help, you know, that's always going to be good. And if that's running along with the narrative that is painted in, that's okay to run with it. If you're helping humanity, that's perfect. But, you know, finally, as much as you want, I always try to keep my rose-colored glasses on. Even if I'm watching the worst thing in the world, you want to view it through your rose-colored glasses. You want to keep that perspective, a good, positive perspective. But you just got to know. You just got to know that even if you keep those glasses on the whole time, you never take them off. Not everything in this world is rose-colored. Not everything's rose-colored. So you got to use your discernment. You You gotta do that self-check. Make sure you're getting nourished. And make sure it's your perspective. Don't get talked into anything. I know you won't. You don't. Hey, good on you. I'll see you next time. Love you.